So, hey guys, we are back. We are back. Okay, let's adjust this because it wants us to. That's good. Bruh. Oh yeah, the dude said he'll add more sliders. About that's about right. Got you. Yes. 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 Yes, I will. Okay, what the frick? What was that? What was that, bro? So anyways, welcome back to another episode of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Today we are going to continue, and we are going to try and find a bunch of new things, because that skip button ending, I still feel so bad about, man. Like, we straight up murdered the poor narrator.
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Let me just make sure my volume is set correctly. Make sure everything's working. Alright, we're good.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. Okay then, let's go.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Alright. Yo. Hopefully it won't kill you this time, though. Alright, what you gotta show me, bro?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Yo!
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
Yeah?
Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yeah, let's go.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Yep.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh my god, look down there, bro.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been
Oh, that's
developing
cool.
for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of
Sorry, I'm pausing a lot, just making sure nothing's wrong
a
with the
fuzzy
recording.
magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Oh boy, new features, let's go. Oh. Oh, I was about to say, are we about to get on that bus? That would have been cool. Alright, let's see. What is this new content you've been making, buddy? I want to see.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
A button that says the name of the player that's playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
If this actually says Justin TGM, I swear.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of
Bruh.
course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Alright,
Okay,
so
here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being
I get it, I'm
heartbroken as
Jim.
Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never
Oh my
understand
god.
the impact of this button.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim,
Hey, yo!
rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally, dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I guess.
If so, then please step forward and press the button. Jim. Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only
Jim
new
hitting
feature in
different.
Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Alright, then let's go. What's the next feature?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Okay, there's still more features down here. This is the epilogue. I wonder if I screenshot, will something happen? Oh, a whole new office. Red is the new orange. What? The new updated ray traced more of, but same of in a good way, sequel to the... Okay. New features, new contents, new ideas. Nice. Oh no. Okay, let's go. What's Oh yeah, there's something back here. Hold on. The reassurance bucket. What is happening?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's
Have
the
you now?
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
Alright.
it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
For
the
real.
bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Bruh, what is this
The benefits
logic?
of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, so do I just keep the bucket now? Okay.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Oh, I
There
wish.
really should be an award if it isn't already. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
How do I pick?
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Oh
Happy
my
12th
god.
birthday, step-niece, it is.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love this so much right now.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Ooh, the jump circle's back.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Oh my god. Free new plus easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Yo, no way. Free achievement. Oh my god, no way. Free achievement.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as
Watch it
that.
actually give it to me.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Bro, give me that achievement, man. That's a big rip.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Ooh, collectibles. Let's go to collectibles. Can you find them? Can you? Okay, okay. What the frick is this?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video
What is this,
game.
Bendy
In the
death
Stanley
scene?
Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love this.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Alright, let's walk in here. What's in here? Oh, this. Okay. Let's see then. What's over here? Whole entrance. What's about to happen?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay, so we all know what's about to happen. This is probably, just like with the skip button, this is probably where things go... this is probably where things don't go that well. Let's go.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Hey, narrator,
Now
how do we
then,
get out?
since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Oh.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Nah, man, these ideas are fire. Because when you think about it, this is something that guaranteed if there was a real sequel, they would so do this. Like, you know they would do this. They'd do something like this for the sequel. They would. So this seems pretty accurate to what they would probably do. Remember, the Stanley Parable's not meant to make any sense. So, it makes sense that they would do something like this. Merch. And a QR. I wonder what happens if you actually scan that. Huh. Okay, epilogue now.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
We're gonna go up. Oh my god, do I have to unlock that achievement to get up there? Because I know there's an achievement called Settings World Champion. The real question is, now what, though? Yo, narrator, what do we do now? We did that. We've gone in here, right? Yeah. What do we do now? Oh. Okay, what's up here? Exit. Okay. That was fun. This seems pretty accurate to what they'd probably do.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yes, I am. Where are we going now? That looks kind of creepy, not gonna lie.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Yeah.
I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
Yes.
sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Nah, man, this looks fine, bro.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Yes.
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
Yes, this is amazing.
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose
Maybe.
it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh my god, this looks real. This looks legit! Wait! Okay, if you showed this to someone and they haven't seen this, if they haven't seen Ultra Deluxe, they would probably believe this. I mean, look at it. Yo! This is fire! This looks believable! And what happens here? Oh, just more. Interesting.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked
Oh
for a
my
company in a big
god!
building where he was employee number 427.
We're watching this.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he...
Is this about to be the sequel? Are we playing the quote-unquote sequel right now?
Telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Nice.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Oh my
Something
god.
that would forever change Stanley.
We're playing the sequel,
Something he would
boys,
never
not
quite
clickbait.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions.
Oh my
or
god.
meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone.
Is it just redesign?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yes, he did. Is there a gym button? Nope. Okay, so we are in like a sequel kind of thing right now because the new content isn't there, so...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yes. Stanley and the bucket are best friends.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
And the bucket, I love this.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
I love this.
It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Oh my god. We're playing the whole, like...
Yes,
Oh my
this
god.
is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yay, I have a friend now. We got Bucket, bro. Are we really just playing the whole, like,
The elevator raced
normal
downward,
ending?
plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Alright. I trust the Bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Here we go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I mean, I bet we can actually make multiple different choices and just have the Bucket with us. The gym button better be here somewhere. This is perfect for it.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen
What does that
anything
say?
like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No,
Had
not
the
the
bucket been
Bucket.
told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Yeah.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Watch the Bucket be gone.
Was it over? Yes, they had done it.
Okay,
Stanley and
good.
the
The
bucket
Bucket's
had
still with
defeated
us.
their
Let's go.
greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Oh my
Stanley
god, the
wanted to
Bucket has
sneeze in every
emotions.
country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Jump on the rail and jump
until
up.
finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh
Even
my
the
god.
facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
Oh my
Not while this
god.
building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Oh my
And
god.
here it was.
I love
Had
the
bucket
dialogue,
turned
it's
out
just
to be
slightly
correct?
different.
Was this better than the meeting room? Yeah, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nah.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
This is where we find out the bucket is evil, ladies and gentlemen.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay, so we all, if you've seen the Stanley Parable, you know what ending this is.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
I mean, not if the ending goes along with this.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Hello, Stan, it's me, your bucket. Press you to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
But the game is gonna make me.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Bruh!
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
Oh
Like it
my
would be
god,
moving
what
a
is
motor water
happening?
from one room to another. Oh my god, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket.
No, 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 no. What's going on? Why don't I
No!
want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
Sure.
I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Okay. What is happening?
All of his co-workers were gone.
What is
What could
happening
it
in this
mean?
video?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
No.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The door isn't closing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What is happening right now?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held for? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Facts.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age
I love
music.
that they do this to prevent speedruns. They do this to make sure you can't speedrun it. I love this so much.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
So what's the plot twist here? That's the thing I'm wondering. What's the twist with this? Oh, we can go back up if we wanted to, apparently.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let's go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Bro, what is happening? Like, I don't understand.
Now,
This is
the
the
monsters
same
jumped to
thing.
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I wonder if we just get the normal ending, if the game will just, like,
This
if the
mind
narrator will be
control
like, okay, we gotta
facility,
chill.
It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored
Nah,
and
what's kind of
commanded
dumb
from
about
very
this is,
place.
like,
And as the cold reality of his
I'm
past
wondering,
began to
how
sink
do we
in,
get out of this
Stanley
scenario where
decided
we're
that this
stuck in the
machinery
second
would
game?
never
How do
again
we,
exert
get out of
its
this?
terrible power over another human life. For he
Off.
blackness and a right
Once again, Okay, checking the time. We've been recording for a bit. The sequel is now paused. Oh my
Rising
god.
chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won.
We
He had
probably didn't win.
defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him
Okay,
where to
what's
go,
gonna happen
what
now?
to do, or how to feel.
Watch right as it gets to the bottom.
Whatever
Just
life
closes.
he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt
So
the
what's
cool
gonna happen
breeze
now?
upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense
What's gonna
possibility
happen
of the
now?
new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay, now what? Narrator? Narrator. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
I know what I'm gonna do now.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
I know where I'm gonna go.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the
Nope.
maintenance
We're
section
going right
and
in here.
straight ahead to the opposite door.
This is the story ending. So in this case, if this is the story ending, are we about to break the game because it's the second
Good,
game?
Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh my god, yep. What is this?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Oh my
It's
god.
this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
Fair enough.
Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Yes.
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new.
Yes.
Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's... Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yes, they brought back the music! Let's go! Let's go!
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about.
Why'd you stop
Don't
the
you
music?
remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my god, that one.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
That's fair enough.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Yes. Let me in. I'm throwing this thing in.
Does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I can't throw it.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
How do I let go of it, bro?
Personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits.
I can't throw it away, bro!
Didn't even say that about the broom closet. Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset.
I'm trying!
We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans.
I'm
Stanley.
trying!
What they want. Hurry and...
Please tell me that the bucket died. Oh my god, what is happening, bro?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
What is happening, bro? Why didn't it let me throw it away, bro? So now what? Narrator? Oh my god.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Seems like the bucket is the only way we can progress.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Where do we go? Like, I'm confused.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Nope, broom
Perhaps
closet.
his boss's office
Screw this.
was where he'd oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves.
It does. Take it.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it.
What about this? Because he goes completely crazy.
Facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Like,
He looked down at the bucket in his
questioning
arms.
this.
Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground.
Oh my god.
He exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
Bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley!
Oh my
Find
god.
me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Oh my god.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
What? This
This
is
is the story
Yep.
of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like
What
any
is
other.
happening?
She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and
Oh
walked to
my
her
god.
place of work.
Oh
But
my
on
god, I
this
can't.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It
I
could
mean, he's
all
not
have been
wrong.
prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at once.
What is
So the
happening
bucket
in
would
this
provide
game?
absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself. My life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Oh my god. I think we got all the endings, dude. Can we, How long have we been recording? 52 minutes.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing? When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I don't
Perhaps he
understand.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door.
Nope,
on
we're
his
gonna get
left.
all the endings real quick. Well, not all of them, but you know, majority of them.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What if we just...
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh my god, bro.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Here's what we're gonna do.
The correct way to the meeting
We're
room.
gonna do what I just did, but with the bucket. Because it seems like the bucket is the only way we get new, like, endings and stuff. We need the bucket with
And
us.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be
Nope.
correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
What if I,
Yes. Good.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend.
So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Okay, we're gonna do
Someone
one
was
more thing with
following
the bucket.
Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way
Nope,
to
we're
the
getting
meeting
the other
room.
ending.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all
They
the
said
way
someone
to the
was
top.
following me
There's
or
something
something.
up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him. And
I
he
could go down
unthinkingly
there,
did whatever the bucket asked.
but I don't feel like it.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up
Nope.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
I love this so much.
What is comedic timing?
Oh my god.
What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
I think we might have
How can it be
finally
used to
escaped the loop,
effectively
hopefully.
silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit.
What the
with
frick?
one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient
What?
of the joke will laugh.
What?
And then, spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
What?
Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now. Good. This saying is a perfect example of
I didn't even say
expectations
anything, but
management,
okay.
which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on
Oh
how
my
rapidly words
god,
throughout the
this
joke
is the whole
is the only way to grow
thing.
or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12
What is happening?
threaten our very existence, and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them.
What is
Godspeed,
happening?
and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Alright. I think we broke the loop.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the
Oh yeah, we
delivery.
probably
You'll be
broke
in
out of it. I
stitches.
mean, look.
A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Okay, so we're just walking back. After this, by the way, after this ending, I'm ending the video, obviously, because it's been a bit, like, overtime, but, you know.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
Oh
There was
no.
supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room.
It doesn't.
Egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video.
No!
Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What?
Okay, I wasn't meant to go this way.
No. Here we go. You ready?
Okay, so
When
we're not going
Stanley
that
and the
way.
bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered
Wait.
the door on the left.
What if I just keep going here?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go.
Okay,
You
the
ready?
game clearly wants
When
us to go this
Stanley and
way.
the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault,
boy.
Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers.
No,
I'm
we're
going
gonna be
to
at the phone
shame
right now,
every
watch.
one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison.
Oh my god, what is
Let me try
happening?
that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame. Pale...
Oh my
Good work
god, what
describing the
is
bucket.
happening?
Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it
Oh
falling
my
apart.
god.
No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see. Let's see.
What? Okay, we're gonna end this here, because I have no clue what's going on. So yeah, I guess that was, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of, the Stanley Parable 2, which makes no sense right now. But yeah, I hope you guys, enjoyed it, and, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.